new episode of the build, and I believe some of you already see the difference between this version and the previous one. If you managed to notice it without my advice, please leave a comment and I will proceed and show you what has changed in the chassis. Well, yes, first of all, I have this one done. It will be opening hood. And the second big difference on the chassis is this one. Hope you can see it. Yes, it is. Now the tranny is under the body and near the seats, so I had to change the layout of the chassis, and we will see a new series of episodes about this new layout. I will explain why I did it, actually why I had to do it, and show you in details how to get this result using some kind of stock components and your hands and some tools. Okay, first of all, why I redid the chassis layout. After this one was already complete, I went for some testing outside with my kids. I gave them the truck for like an hour, and they managed to strip the sport gear, although I had a sleeper properly set up. So after that I inspected the chassis itself and came to the decision that the motor itself wasn't parallel with the tranny, so it needs some adjustment, first of all. Yes, and the second part is the sport gear was stripped. I need to change it, and to do it I had to disassemble all the tranny with all its mountings and stuff, so it's quite inconvenient. And in the next case when I had to do something with the sport gear, or maybe with the pinion, or maybe with the motor, I will have to remove all the tranny from the body and from the chassis, sorry, and it's not convenient at all. So I had to do something with it and to change the layout of the tranny, and the only decision, the appropriate one, was to mount it like on the stock Axial S610 and other chassis, like copy of Axial and stuff. So to put the tranny in the middle, to do it I had to cut the interior, from the sides and from the front part of it. Later on I will use some PVC plastic to glue it. I will also paint it, and you will not see this sport gear from the outside. And as the stock Axial tranny is kinda high, I had to do something with the skid plate itself and center plate. So I took a piece of sheet metal, bent it, and fabricated this one. So it will be a new center plate of the chassis, for the chassis, and the tranny itself will be mounted on it. Also I had to switch front links with the rear links, rear drive shaft with the front one, because previously I had a transfer case located somewhere here, So the front drive shaft was the long one and the rear one was the short one. And now the train sits somewhere in the middle of the chassis, and taking into account the wheelbase, I had to flip them. So long drive shaft and long arms to the rear and long links to the rear and the short ones to the front. It's the easiest way to perform this trick. Also, I will have to do something with the top link, with its mount, but anyway, I will show you. And now let me show you how the chassis looks without the body. So now it will be like this. I needed this piece as an additional point to hold the transmission itself, because my stock case have only 2 holes left to hold it in place, because I had to chop some pieces off to mount the chassis. So had to fabricate some kind of holder here to hold it. Also, I will redo these mountings because links interfere with them, rear ones, and perhaps I will need to fabricate some custom links like this from the metal and Traxxas rod ends, so they perform as it should. Or maybe I will have enough space to mount them somewhere here, because this version of well, actually I will not have this space for the rear links, because motor is here between the frame rails, so there is no space for them, so they will be mounted like this. Anyway, in the next series I will show you how I'm going forward to the build with the new layout. And yes, why I decided to have the hood opened, it's because I want the battery to be mounted somewhere here, so I will not have to remove the body every time I want to go on a trail, and this kind of layout will allow me to do it. Also, I will have enough space for all the electronics, and it will be more convenient to build the truck itself, because previously when I wanted to mount something, when I wanted to put something under the hood, it was a trial and error route, so many mock-ups, too much time to put the body on, put the body off, check if everything fits okay, no interference and stuff. And I believe in this case it will be much easier. And yes, I'm not going to place the battery along the chassis. I will place it like this, from side to side. So I will put it like this, hold it with some maybe Velcro, maybe some kind of clamp. I haven't decided yet, but anyway. Also, I will need to reinforce the body itself, so use some PVC plastic here to glue it somewhere here to make it stronger. And as for body mounts, I believe I will mount the body using the rear one, as I now have, and maybe a couple of screws somewhere, maybe here, or maybe something in front. I will need to think about it, and later on I will show you what I decided to do. As for metal parts of the chassis, I will use these sliders as before, so the overall looks of the truck will not change. The only change, let's say, it's train location under the interior and some electronics relocation. Also, I will need to fabricate some mounting for servo winch, and I believe now I will have enough space to mount all of this. And yes, the truck will have the roof and the top part as it had. I just removed it for building purposes, and I will get it back once all the body work is done and chassis work is done. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I will try to film more videos about the build. Sorry for delay in video production, in clips production. I had to switch to my one-on-one live and had no time for RCs, so that's why you see this gap between videos. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Bye bye, see you in next episode.